working Paige into the game today? You had said she's not going to be playing 35 minutes these 3 games, but was this kind of exactly what you wanted to see from her today? And where do you think she is in terms of getting back to where she wants to be?
It's hard to say, exactly where she is on that timeline, of, on a scale of 1 to 10, last year being, she was at a 10 most of the season. And, so I really don't know how close she is. I know she's not there yet. I know she was probably anxious to play more than she played the first couple games. So, and she did. And I think she got more involved than she did the first 2 games. It's probably something different for her coming off the bench. Not that that's going to be how we're going to do it going forward. But little by little, it improves every day. You look at a game like today, where she makes threes, she rebounds the ball, she has 4 assists, she gets a couple steals. She impacts the game in so many different ways. To be able to add somebody like that to your team, I think that's pretty significant. Not very many people are going to be able to do that at this time of the year. But she's still a ways away from where we need her to be. I'm glad she got knocked on her butt on that one layup, because I think she's been worried about what would happen in that situation. And, I think she realized that she's okay, that it's going to happen and she can deal with it.
How uplifting is it for emotionally, just for you and the team, to know that she can come out and be really productive?
I just think that when Paige doesn't score, doesn't shoot, doesn't get involved in the game, it's her choice. I don't think the defense is doing anything to keep her from doing that. So it's a choice that she's making. And most of the time I don't agree with it, and I let her know about it. That's why sometimes I'll put her in there and I'll watch for about 2 or 3 minutes and I'll get her out. I'm like, the wrong page showed up today, so I got to remind her that we need the other page. I just want her to be in her comfort zone as she's playing, to feel like I can make any 3 I take. I can dribble the ball from this spot to that spot and get my shot, and nobody can keep me from doing it. I can get to the basket whenever I want. I just want her to feel that, and then whether or not she actually does that every time she can, that's a choice that she makes. I just need to know that she can.
Geno, when you are rotating in 2, 3 players at a time, multiple times in a game, are you looking to see what's what, or do you already know what's what when you're doing that?
I want to give you like Ruthie's answer on Ozark, but I can't. It's a family program here. I generally just try to look at what's going on out on the floor, and one of the assistant coaches will say, at one point, they'll say, "Man, we need one more shooter out there," and that kind of opens up, one avenue, and for everybody that you sub, obviously somebody has to come out, and you're trying to make sure that you have players that complement each other out there and can play multiple positions in case they have to, especially because, if we're switching a lot of screens or if we're trapping a lot of screens, they're going to end up guarding different people. And then you need something on this end where you have the ability to stretch the defense enough where you can make enough threes. So some of it's that The other part is I want the minutes at the end of the game to reflect that we worked pretty hard to try to make it fair so that everybody got, significant time. You're obviously not going to be able to give everybody all the time that they want. And some days, some people get more based on just how the flow of the game is. But there's no predetermined, method that I have that these three are going in now and these two are going in now. And, I just kind of roll with it.
Defense, the key to postseason success for you guys?
It always is. It always is. It's always been that way. And some years it's better than others. Some years you have a team that's better equipped to play better defense. Some years you got to really cobble together a good defensive team from guys that are not great individual defenders. But this team works pretty well together. At least they've learned how to work pretty well together. Because I don't know that individually, maybe other than Nika. By the way, I know the refs didn't vote on that. If we're up 20 and you don't care about guarding anybody anymore, then you're not going to be in the game anymore. And they know that. They know we're not concerned with what the score is. We're not trying to run up the score, but we're trying to make sure that, what we've worked on in practice, we do it. And the effort is there. And I think we've got a team that's finally started to embrace that. And the difficult part is when you get players that want to score, which is in today's world. Nika's such an anomaly in college basketball, I think, in that she doesn't care if she scores. She doesn't care if she takes any shots. She's perfectly content to do what she does as long as we win. That's really, really unusual today. Today, a kid averages 4 points a game in college, but both of those baskets are on their Instagram account the next day. So we're dealing with a whole different animal today.